Arsenal defenders. Same club, same price, 5.5 million each, and the same afternoon on Sunday. One of them came off on the hour, the other played the full 90 and put up 11 defensive contributions in that one match. 30% of this game owns the defender who came off. 3.5% own the one who stayed on. That is where we are starting. And then I've got a player in my own 11 with an ice pack on his thigh. Saliba and Timber are both injured. Saliba is the long one. So Arsenal have two centre-back places with no real competition for them. And on Friday, they play Coventry at home. Here is what the market did with that. Riccardo Calafiori is owned by just under 30% of the game. Ben White is owned by 3.5%. They cost exactly the same, 5.5 million each. In the Community Shield, Calafiori came off on the hour. White played 90 minutes. In that same match, White recorded 11 defensive contributions and Calafiori recorded 1. And when Arteta had to name two centre-backs without Saliba and without Timber, the two he named were White and Mosquera. I do not own any of them, and I am not going to pretend I am about to. My money is in Everton and Forest, and I have no room. But if you are buying an Arsenal defender this week, that is the comparison. And one of those two players is being bought for what happened, and the other is being bought for what people expected. Before I go further, one thing about my own team, because it matters on Friday. Bruno Guimaraes is in my 11. He played 45 minutes of the Community Shield and Declan Rice replaced him at half-time, and the cameras caught him leaving the dressing room with strapping around his thigh. He took it off to lift the trophy and he looked completely fine doing it. Fantasy Premier League has not flagged him. As of tonight, he is listed as fully available and he is expected to face Coventry. So he starts for me. But his ownership has gone from 10.3% to 8.6% in 3 days, and I do not think that is the market being stupid. I think that is people who saw the ice pack. Arteta speaks on Thursday. If Bruno gets flagged, Ampadu comes straight back into the 11, and you will hear it from me the same day. And then there is the one I cannot get past. Christos Tzolis, 6.5 million. 17.6% of the game owns him. And in FPL Harry's poll of engaged managers, it is 44%, up from about 1% 2 weeks ago. Here is everything Fantasy Premier League knows about Christos Tzolis. 0 minutes, 0 starts, 0 goals, 0 defensive contributions. The game holds no record of him playing a single minute in this league. That is not a criticism of the player. He may well be excellent, and I hope he is. It is a description of what is actually being bought, which is a story. Now compare that with Ethan Ampadu. 416 defensive contributions, 4th highest in the entire game, £1 million cheaper, and 1.5% of managers own him. Same game, same week, same deadline. One of those is priced on evidence, and one is priced on anticipation. I am not telling you which to buy. I am telling you they are not the same kind of bet, and they are being made by the same people in the same squad. The template is hardening, and I am outside a lot of it. 3 at the back with 4 in midfield has gone from 42% of engaged managers to 56%. Over half of them are playing the bench boost in game week 1. Antonin Kinski is in 77% of engaged drafts and 21% of the game overall. I am 3-4-3, so I'm with them there. I am not bench boosting, so I'm against them there. And Ben Crellin, who has the best record anyone has ever had at this game, is doing both of the things I am not. He has no Haaland, and he is bench boosting in week 1. I want to be careful here, because he has a record, and I have 3 episodes. I am not telling you he is wrong, I am telling you why I am not copying him. I do not think I can afford to be wrong about Haaland and wrong about the chip in the same week, when the whole squad is already built on one idea the market disagrees with. Elliot Anderson has gone from 11.1% owned to 9.1% in 5 days. That is my biggest bet, and it is getting lonelier by the day. 2 days out, no transfers, no hits, no chips. Same 15, same 100 million, and Haaland keeps the armband. One thing worth knowing before Friday, not a single player in this game has changed price yet. Not one. 2 days from the deadline. So if you have been sitting on a transfer waiting to catch a rise, there is nothing to catch, and you may as well wait for the team news. 6.3 million people have now entered a team. On Friday, I will have a rank among them. I will be back tomorrow, after Arteta speaks.